wealth, stability, comfort, and security. This specific ideal was held close to Epsilon's heart, and he carried it as such for the rest of his life. The Big Hutch serves as a conglomerate of contextual meanings throughout Texaco. The most meaningful and pivotal of all is Epsilon's direct linking of his fascination with the exploration of the Big Hutch to his desire of humanity and freedom. His desire for the Big Hutch causes Epsilon to react and motivates him towards his ultimate goal of stability that the Hutch represents. As the Big Hutch represents all things good to Epsilon, the fields where the other slaves work depicts the absence of his ideal of humanity. They depict the absolute opposite of the city: retrogression, primitiveness, and destruction. To delve deeper, I would go as far as to say that the opposite of city is Texaco. So synonym for Texaco in this particular passage would be to the fields. Quote, to be dismissed to the fields outside humanity become a permanent fear for him, the worst of all possible punishments, end quote. In continuation of my deconstruction, I think it would be safe to pose that the Big Hutch could illustrate the institutional space, the oppressor. Meanwhile, the field opposes it as liminal living space, the oppressed. Epsilon recognizes power struggle. Epsilon consciously chose to not be one of the many citizens of Texaco. Epsilon had dreams of grandeur that only the imagery of the Big Hutch could simulate. Naturally, Epsilon's affinity to determine where the power and prosperity was directly affected his goals in life and life direction, and indirectly Maria Sophie's. Quote, this view of the frame probably determined the course of his life, his destiny, and finally mine. But since the future doesn't walk around naked, he only heard the music once the violin already took up playing, end quote. Marie Sophie drives this point home later in the text when she recounts how at first Epsilon was like a baby deer learning to walk after he was given his manna. After saving his master, the Beke, life from a deranged slave. At first, Epsilon didn't fully comprehend that he was a free man, free of the land and free of his owners. He didn't see that his life was not his own to do it as he pleased. Epsilon took it slowly at first, testing his new boundaries, worried that it was all a mirage or a cruel joke being played upon himself by his master. But even after his realizing that it wasn't any trickery, Epsilon continued to live near the Big Hutch's land, wandering across the plantation, but never straying really far from the Big Hutch. Quote, he dared neither leave nor really stray. Strange baggage the plantation had become for him a kind of haven, end quote. That quote perfectly summarizes Epsilon's fixation with the Big Hutch. Epsilon has a strange mixture of agoraphobia, which means the fear of leaving a safe place, and the Stockholm Syndrome, also known as capture bonding, a psychological phenomenon in which hostages expresses sympathy or empathy and identify with or have positive feelings towards their captors. While Epsilon feels and knows he must eventually leave the Big Hutch, he is held back by his reverence of the Big Hutch, maybe even his fear of leaving the Hutch, or his fear that the rest of the world is not safe like the plantation is. Not until Epsilon sees and speaks with the Big Hutch's mentor does Epsilon have the inclination and decision to leave the plantation with his illustrious Creole words. But even then, he does not leave immediately. Epsilon again waits for some sort of spark or stimulation to send him on his journey. That spur exhibits itself as the white master carpenter, Theodorus, or Sweetmeat, his pseudo name. Sweetmeat teaches Epsilon his craft of carpentry, and more importantly, Epsilon's proficiency in the art of tying beams with no assistance from a nail. From his talent and hard work, Epsilon continued to expand into other areas such as equilibrium, calculating the right slopes, shingles, tiles, etc. Once his contract was up with Sweetmeat was to get back on the road, Epsilon chose to go with him, and so Sweetmeat and Epsilon set off for city. There in the city, Epsilon discerns that he wants to reinvent city itself out of the untouched hills, not only the place but the ideal, most likely into his version of the Big Hutch, his own nirvana, or even his own Eden. While turning his back on city, Epsilon creates a reproduction of paradise in his, quote, Creole garden, quote, end quote, of the hills. The garden is Creole because it depicts the people of Martinique as a whole. There are no homogeneous. They are heterogeneous mixture of mulattoes, Beques, blacks, Francs, whites, etc. The diversity and range of the plants that create and sustain the garden itself allow it to thrive. The uniformity, homogeneity of its inhabitants causes their culture to impede itself and come to an eventual end. The miscellany garden of Epsilon's Dream Garden represents Texaco as a whole, how Texaco is a medley of different components that come together cohesively, elements such as truth, story, and Marie Sophie herself. In turn, Espinone's Creole Garden is another representation of the Big Hutch. Espinone goes through something akin to a fall from grace, just as Eve's curiosity tempts her out of the garden. So too does Ninon tempt her away from the Creole Garden and Espinone after her course. But unlike Eve, Ninon is lost in between her nirvana and the fallen city. Espinone then harvests, quote, harvest, end quote, bones in the fallen city just as Adam toils in the fields after his expulsion from paradise. Espinone takes it upon himself to sort things within the fallen city, especially when he took to looking for Ninon's bones in all the areas to reassemble his mate, imitating God's creation of Eve from Adam's rib. Espinone then lumps all of the people of the living city into categories such as mulatto, Bege, etc., just as Adam is given the job of sorting the animals of the garden and giving them all names. Instead of allowing these social groups to work together as a living organism, like in his garden, to work shoulder to shoulder, instead of separating things in the city as he was doing previously, Espinone begins to combine the various elements of the city, the unique identity of Texaco that is woven intricately into every person's social level language of Texaco. But in his own mind, through some order unroute to perfection, through his performance and through his creation of a new partner out of city, the Espinone marries in the way our God of the Bible marries, the population of Israel. This connection is passed on to his heir, Marie Sophie, who later becomes a wife, mother, and savior to